Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island. It gets better. A local girl, Bora. Jagger drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her.
Interessa, mano.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake.
Essa mulher tá estranha,
I'm so
velho.
glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh.
Ih,
Barry! What? What?
Oi, Tati! Como você tá, minha querida?
My barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
Trem bugado. Sério? Tava bugado pra você comentar? Que estranho. Boa tarde, minha querida. Tá tudo bem?
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Maria. Tentando estudar? Olha, tá estudando o quê?
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right.
Tô tentando anexar um vídeo no Word.
I
Eita.
can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Faço técnica em administração e técnica em RH e vou fazer segurança no trabalho. Ah, entendi. Aí sim, Tati. Tá estudando bastante então, hein? Meu Deus. Eu agora, por enquanto, tô de férias. Quer dizer, eu terminei a faculdade, né? No caso. Agora eu tô mais de boa. Tati, vai me falando aí, por favor, como é que tá o som do jogo e o som da minha voz, por favor. Porque eu não tenho como ter um retorno aqui.
I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
E...
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there.
Minha voz tá mais
Would
alta
you
que a do
like to
jogo.
hear today's specials? Thank you.
Deixa eu arrumar,
Nice
deixa eu arrumar isso aqui, peraí.
Come back soon.
Vou diminuir esse ganho aqui. Deixa eu ver. Alô, 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 som. Som. Alô. Eu acho... Deixa eu ver. Eu acho que assim fica bom. Não tenho certeza. Se eu demorar a responder é porque tô vendo... Peraí. Tô vendo na TV e respondendo pelo celular. Ah, tá, beleza, tudo bem. Ó, eu tentei arrumar aqui o volume da minha voz. Vê se tá melhor agora, por favor. Mano, faz tempo que eu não faço live. Caraca, velho. Faz muito tempo mesmo. Deixa eu aumentar um pouquinho o som do jogo, então. Pronto, acho que tá. Eu acho que tá bom, não sei. É que essas partes de gameplay aqui do jogo, ela é meio baixa mesmo. Tem que pegar a parte de gameplay mesmo. Tem que pegar a parte de
My
cutscene.
gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Ok. Vamos ver essa página aqui.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Vai jogando pra eu ouvir, mas parece que tá bom. Tudo bem, qualquer coisa você vai me falando, por favor. É que como eu falei, né? Faz tempo que eu não faço live, então até eu me acostumar de novo vai demorar. Tem um rádio aqui, mas eu não tô escutando esses rádios aqui. Apesar de ser um pouco importante, eu não tô lendo eu não tô escutando esses rádios aqui. Deixa eu pegar essa garrafa de café. Ah, e se tiver dando pra escutar aí um vento batendo no microfone é porque eu tô com o ventilador ligado, tá?
Oh, you're gonna get it now.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
Ih, rapaz, Max Payne.
What are you? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
Ah, nem dá pra perceber, beleza, ainda bem.
I hated to leave Barry
Ele tá
behind,
ligado mesmo.
but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Lake. Come on. Make it easy on us.
Eita, preula. Corre! Maria. E aqui não para de chover, meu Deus, manda essa chuva pra cá. Pior que aqui caiu uma chuva do caramba ontem, mano. Vixe, Maria. Ai, caramba! Susto, filho da puta. Nossa, bicho, que susto que deu agora. Pode levar. É que o meu quarto ele é assim, pode chover pra caramba lá fora, mas se eu fechar a janela por conta da chuva, aí vem o calor aqui dentro. Meu quarto é muito quente. Aff. Vamos ler essa página aqui.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Essas notas que eu vou pegando aqui eu deixo pro personagem ler, que é mais fácil. Ah, não preciso ler por cima dele, sabe? Eita, ai, peraí. Pronto. Xi?
Search the area.
Quero ficar pra ver não. Vixe. Ah, legal. lâmpada quebrou aqui.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
I've lost contact with most of the men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my
Vixe Maria.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's
Tem
nowhere
ninguém.
to run. Freeze!
Eita, pronto. Tem que ir por ali, mas deixa eu subir aqui pra ver se tem alguma coisa. Que é bom investigar tudo. Ok.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Vou fazer uns ajustes aqui, peraí. Bom, vamos ver se tá bom dessa forma.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance. I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Vamos lá. Ah, legal.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light. The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Acho que agora o som do jogo tá muito alto, peraí. Peraí. Ô, droga. Ah, a lanterna.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over. Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over. Come on, guys.
Trouxa. Vai, cara. Opa, tem caixa pra cá. Chato, hein, mano? Caralho. Pronto. Mano, eu não sei se o som do jogo tá muito alto ou tá muito baixo. Sei lá. Mano, o Alan ele cansa muito rápido, pelo amor de Deus. Olha lá, olha. Ah, fica quieto aí, rapaz.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Troféuzinho.
Well, let's try to sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
Whoosh.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Abre aqui, rapá.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa. Everyone calm down.
Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Peraí, deixa eu ver. Tem bastante coisa ainda. Vambora. Filha de uma égua. Ô caramba, o que você tá fazendo? Nossa, Alan, eu não acredito que ele não desviou, mano. Ai, meu Deus. É burro mesmo, né?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Eu apertei o botão da granada e ele não soltou a granada. Ô, cacete, viu? Eu peguei o sinalizador? Peraí. Ah, mano. Sai daqui, vai. Vai, quieta aí. Pronto. Munição de revólver. Pra lá, mas aqui tá cheirando. Ah, deixa. Eita, primo.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use. Palhaçada, viu? Que lugar é aquele ali? Ah, tem uma página ali. The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Ixi, vai ter escavadeira nessa parte.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Ih, quer ver que essas coisas aqui vão me atacar? Ah, tem coisa ali.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Vixe! Só fala. Tá, tem coisa pra cá. Ih, tô te vendo, velho. Tô te vendo. Sai daí. Ah, mano. E horas que a esquiva não responde direito, tá ligado?
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Vamos lá. Ih, rapaz. Acho que eu lembro um pouco dessa parte. Ó lá. É um veículo passando, mas vai ter coisa aqui. Ó. Eu tô de olho, pô.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Falei. Nossa, que mentira, velho. Ai, eu vou botar aqui. Por que não pode botar lá de cima? Aqui, cacete, viu?
That was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. Cadê? Vai lá pra baixo. Meu Deus, o negócio ainda tá aqui. Acabou, né? Rapaz do céu. I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Uma nova lanterna. Mas vai ter mais coisa aqui. Ai, ai. Rapaz. Droga. Ah, mano, vai se ferrar. Você me me acertou, ok. Saco, mano. Vai a merda, velho. Ih, bugou. Ih, bugou a trouxa. Ih, cara. Vacilão, caralho. Na luz ele não pode te machucar, eles não podem te machucar, tá? Isso eu sei. Mas a esquiva que era pra funcionar não funciona. Uma porcaria. Isso aqui eu só vou colocar só pra
We take the facts of our existence for granted, aware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Eu não sei porquê, mas na hora que eu olho na live no YouTube, a live ela meio que corta, ela não vai contínua assim, sabe, pra mim, a visualização. Estranho. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tá. Vamos continuar. Bastante, página. Ai, cacete! Ih! Ah, agora pronto. Vai ver a escavadeira de lá, né? Ei, legal, hein? Ai, caramba! Oh, meu Deus! Oh, meu Deus do céu! Tá, não dá pra pular aqui. Tô com o máximo de munição de pistola. Ok. Tá, é esse carro que a gente pega? É isso mesmo.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Bora.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Deixa eu ver o que tem ali. Ah, tô sem os itens de novo. Ah, só tem um rádio só. Não é nada não.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that
Bom, que é esse aqui?
track last night.
Oh, foi olhar pro lado pra ler o negócio. Nossa. Por isso que falam pra sempre olhar pra estrada. Acaba estragando o carro. Tá. Vamos ver se tem mais alguma coisa aqui. Eu vou pegar esse aqui. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui em cima.
Welcome back to KBF-FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and
Pelo que parece
finding
não tem
that
nada.
special someone, that soulmate. Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it. You see, to me, that's strange. I always think
Vamos com esse aqui agora. Mais alguma coisa aqui. Deixa eu ver. Opa, uma página de manuscrito.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Beleza, vou continuar.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Opa.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Xiii, mano. Ah, voltou a lanterna.
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
É isso aí.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Tá, por onde que eu saio?
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Onde que eu saio, gente? Ué? O jogo não deixa eu sair? Oxi. Ah! O que me acertou aqui? É lógico que não vai ser tão fácil chegar ali. Ah, é. Claro que eu vou ter que ir a pé, né? Porque eu tô lá atrás.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, And without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse. The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Liga a energia. Tô a fim de andar por aqui, velho. Ah lá. Ah lá. Segura! Ai, caramba! Ah, não dá onde você veio, velho! Sabe o que é pior? É que o Alan é pior que o Sebastian do Dave, enfim. O cara não corre, velho. Ai, caramba! Ah, sai! Você tá de brincadeira, né, velho?
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Ah, mano, eu poderia pular aqui, né? Oh, que legal.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were Standard Power Company equipment.
Ah, não dá pra pegar o carro, sabe? Ai, caramba, quem que me atingiu aqui? Ah, vá, pá. Que pariu. Essa merda de gosma preta tá fazendo aqui, cacete. Bosta. Ah, mano, você não morreu, não? Saco, a granada pegou nele, velho. Ô, louco, os caras não morreram. É uma porcaria, mano. Não sei por que eu tento usar ainda, velho.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Por que o cara fica chamando ele de Raymond? Negócio doido. Coisa aqui. Ah, legal. Segura, vai. Caramba, você tá vivo ainda. Eita, bicho resistente. Tá bom. Tô vendo que vai dar merda nessa parte.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Escopeta Pulp Fiction. Caraca. essa granada logo, caramba, demora dos infernos. Porra, tá doido, mano. Da onde que esses caras vieram, bicho? Palhaçada, velho. Oxi.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Que isso? Tirei errado aí.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Oxe, que isso?
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Ô, louco. Só ver um negócio aqui rapidinho. Continuar. Ih, rapaz. Olha a munição aí, ó. É, velho. Vem merda por aí. É que esse capítulo é bem demorado, hein? Caramba.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Tem coisa pra cá.
Birds.
Correu todo bugado agora, meu Deus do céu, hein, o Alan.
Birds.
Não! Oh, meu Deus do céu! Ele não corre reto. Ele corre assim, ó. Meu Deus! Velho do céu. Sabe correr reto não, meu querido?
Birds.
O pior é que quando ele vai correr, ele dá um tranco, sabe? Pelo jeito tem muita coisa ainda pra fazer nesse capítulo, velho. Tem ninguém não. Não tem ninguém. Não existe ninguém com esse nome aqui. Ih, rapaz.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Legal, apareceu que não devia. Ah, legal, jogo. Obrigado. Calma aí. Cadê? Vem pra cá. Anda! Não tem onde é todo não, cara. Palhaço.
I'd have to make my way up this mineshaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Meu Deus. Essa minha cadeira não ajuda também, né?
Another cable car. Just great.
Onde vai ver os pássaros aqui? Cadê eles? Cadê eles, periquito? Sério isso? Capítulozinho demorado, hein, velho? Caramba, quase 2 horas de live. Puta que pariu. Tá bom, tá bom, tá bom, entendi. Tá bom, entendi, tá bom. Ah, o Adria chegou. Oi, Adria, tudo bem? Como é que você tá, meu querido? Tudo bom? Eu tô passando raiva. Como sempre. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Caramba, mano. É sério isso? Ah, vai lá. Licença. Cadê o outro? Ai, trouxa. Vem aqui agora. Ah, ele tinha ido na avó dele. Se divertiu lá? Ah, então tá bom. Ainda bem que ele tá bem. Ih, rapaz. Dá pra correr, hein? Ah, pronto. Espera aí, então. Segura. no caso. Pera aí que eu já respondo. Ele tá perguntando quando vai ter Lego. Em breve. Em breve. Agora que eu tô voltando com as lives, dá pra fazer. Eu tô voltando aos poucos. Eu só não sei qual vai ser, qual que eu trago. Tem tantos pra trazer. Ok, como é que eu vou atravessar? Ah, tá. Tá me perguntando como que eu ia atravessar aqui.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Ele não gostou do Lego Fortnite? Caramba! Eu ainda não joguei o Lego Fortnite. Falam que ele é parecido com Minecraft, né? Eu ainda não joguei pra saber como é que é. Eu queria trazer um Lego de console pra jogar. Só que eu não sei qual que eu tenho no console. Eu não lembro se eu acho que eu tenho Marvel. Eu acho que eu tenho Marvel Avengers. Eu acho que eu tenho Marvel Super Heroes. Agora eu não lembro qual os outros que eu tenho. Eu tenho que ver aqui direitinho na minha memória. Ah, e tem aquele de corrida lá que saiu na Plus e eu peguei. Tá, como é que eu vou passar aqui agora? Ah, tá. Mano, esse episódio tá bem longo pro meu gosto. Meu Deus, que escuridão. Eu não sabia que o já ia falar Lego. Eu não sabia que o Alan Wake não era tão aterrorizante assim. Eu tô realmente com medo. Ah, legal. Acende a bodega do sinal. Acende. Vixe Maria. Ih, ficou todo mundo lá atrás. Tchau pra vocês. Tô a fim de enfrentar ninguém, não. Esse capítulo tá muito louco pro meu gosto.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. Fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, it's late. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had...
Acabou! Até que demorou esse negócio. Ai.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Vai trazer qual agora, depois desse? Eu tô pensando. Eu quero muito jogar o The Evil Within. Que é aquele... É do mesmo criador do Resident Evil, né? Só que da Bethesda. Que tem 2 jogos. Eu quero muito trazer o primeiro, porque eu nunca joguei.
Groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this
Eu
was
ia já
happening to
engatar o
someone
Control.
else. Someone I was
Junto com
watching on
esse,
television.
porque eu quero fazer live... Quer dizer, não é o Control não. Eu quero fazer live de dos 3 Alan Wake, que é esse primeiro, o American Nightmare, e o 2 e o Control. Só que na ordem, né? Primeiro esse, depois o American Nightmare, depois o Control, depois o 2. Mas eu não vou engatar o American Nightmare agora não. Tô pensando em deixar ele pra depois.
Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
O Control já. Eu já joguei, mas faz muito tempo. Eu joguei na... acho que foi em 2020
Most of them
que eu
are
joguei
here
ele.
right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Eu joguei ele em 2020, só que faz muito tempo que eu joguei. Aí, como ele tem ligação como ele tem ligação com Alan Wake, e na época eu não tinha zerado o Alan Wake. Eu zerei o Alan Wake 1 depois de ter zerado o Control. Aí agora eu vou fazer direito. Só que eu não lembro muito. E tem as duas DLCs do Control que eu não joguei. Ó, uma forma de saber se o capítulo vai ser longo é ver as páginas aqui, ó. Tem muita página, vai demorar. Mas vamos lá. Vamos fazer mais um capítulo aqui.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
O problema é que assim, o American Nightmare, ele é um jogo antigo. Se contar que esse aqui é de 2010, originalmente 2010, o American Nightmare, se eu não me engano, é 2012 ou é 2013, alguma coisa assim. Então, e eu só tenho ele pro PC. E no PC ele tem tradução. Então acho que vai dar pra fazer live. Porque, né, vou ter que transmitir e jogar ao mesmo tempo no PC e o PC vai pesar. A mesma coisa o The Evil Within. O The Evil Within, eu quero jogar ele no... se eu não me engano, eu tenho ele no PlayStation e no Xbox por conta do Game Pass. E... só que eu quero jogar a versão de PC porque ele tem tradução. Só que se ficar muito pesado não vai dar certo. Mas eu vou tentar, né? Vou tentar. Aí o 2 no console ele já tem tradução.
Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right
sabia
into
que
the
tinha a ver,
heart of the
tem a
matter
ver.
as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice
Mas aí
is dead.
Mas aí você tem que jogar na ordem. Você tem que jogar o Alan Wake 1. Aí você joga o American Nightmare. Depois você joga o Control, as DLCs do Control. Porque a segunda DLC do Control faz ligação direta com o Alan Wake. Aí dizem que a segunda DLC do Control termina como se fosse um prólogo pro Alan Wake 2.
A feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
A esposa do Alan
We go
morreu,
this
pelo
way,
jeito.
Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Mas eu vou juntar tudo, eu vou juntar todas as lives desses jogos tudo numa playlist só, pra ficar mais fácil pro pessoal se localizar, sabe? Vou montar uma playlist. No universo Alan
Never
Wake.
get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way, follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Oh, shit.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve some small
Ó, o cara
creative
falou que
effort,
videogames são
which
um
makes
lixo,
him
ó.
receptive
Vou
to
bater em
my
você, hein, velho.
therapeutic methods.
No
Isso
kidding.
não se fala, viu? Palhaço.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard.
Old Gods of
They even adopted
Asgard.
new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Essa banda, ela tá no Alan Wake 2.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Da hora, mano. Eles estavam aqui também. Eles colocaram essa referência aqui também.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Opa, uma página de música.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. Doc's got me looking at
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't
Collars up. Here's a friendly poke from Creole Neil. Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled, adult, diapered ass since you're so tough.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that vet gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Da preula.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Tá, demora. Nossa, cara pra trás, velho. Que
Hartman
doido.
followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Caramba, ele deixou o cara pra trás, ainda
I had to find a way out.
Vai, 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 vai. Ai, toma.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Pera aí, deixa eu colocar o controle do meu, o controle do PS5 pra carregar, porque acabou de aparecer o aviso aqui. Ai, ai. Cadê a entrada? Caramba, mano, é difícil achar a entrada aqui, viu? Pronto. Peraí. Pronto. Tá carregando? Tá.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction. To be a producer, that was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Back, a glimpse from the corner of the
Vem logo pra cá, Corre! Tá fechado! Como é que eu vou sair daqui? Essa porra que vem pra cá. Vem pra cá, desgrenhenta. Anda. Tranca a porta pra nós. Como é isso? Será que é isso? Ai, caralho.
Ow! I'm here!
Socorro!
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Muito obrigado, meu querido.
Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Labirinto. Tava precisando disso. Vem aqui, eu sei que você tá aí. Pra cá não.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Cadê?
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Nossa, que bosta. Bosta. Porcaria.
Sleep like a baby! The light seems to be
Você tá de brincadeira com a minha cara, véi. Sai, caramba! Corre. Isso é palhaçada, mano. Isso é uma palhaçada, velho. Essas porcarias desses pássaros não me deixam em paz, mano. Puta que pariu. Bando de pássaro, filha da... Olha. Insuportável, mano. Que bagulho insuportável esses pássaros. Meu Deus do céu, sai da minha bola, cacete! O jogo não me dá espaço, velho. O jogo não me dá espaço, mano. Eu não posso fazer nada, velho. fazem nada, velho. Os caras não me deixam em paz, mano. Caramba, velho. Me deixa em paz, velho. Que pássaro chato. Caraca, tu morre, velho. Ô, louco. Rapaz. Tá louco.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
O sistema de esquiva desse jogo é o ridículo. Ridículo, tá doido?
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded. Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. "Sleep well, Alan," Hartman whispered with a smile. "Let me take care of you." He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the Nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Eu tô...
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Onde que você
Just hang on, Al! Hey, found a corner! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig! Here it is! Al, I found the key!
Eu não acredito nisso, cara. Ai, velho, não é possível, velho. Ai, meu Deus. É uma palhaçada.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it!
Ah, mano. Ah, vá pra merda. Mano, o Alan não desvia dos golpes, velho. Eu nunca vi isso, mano. Eu aperto o botão de esquiva e ele não esquiva, cara. Meu Deus do céu, mano. Que bagulho zoado, bicho.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it!
Eu nunca vi uma coisa dessa, mano. Você aperta o botão de esquiva, o bicho não esquiva. Ah, tá bom, viu? Mano, vai pra puta que pariu, mano. Não é possível, velho. Eu tô andando pra trás, o bicho tá parado, mano. Vai se foder, velho. Nossa. Mano, qual que é a lógica, velho? Qual que é a lógica disso?
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it!
Olha isso, velho. Não dá, velho. Não dá, velho. Não dá. Ele não desvia do golpe, mano. Tá bom, jogo. Eu sei que dá pra intensificar a lanterna, mas o bicho não desvia, velho. Como é que... Mano, como é que é possível? Pra que serve o botão de esquiva, então, mano? Se o bicho não esquiva do golpe. Que saco, velho.
tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Blast.
Ow! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Ah! Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh! Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area! You can catch up! Don't worry about it! I'm on the case!
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry. When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears. crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate. Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Tá bom. Meu Deus. Ai, meu Deus do céu.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Ai, mano, esse jogo, mano. Não dá, velho. Não dá pra acreditar numa coisa dessa. Como é que esse jogo quer que eu passe o negócio sem... O cara acertou, velho. Eu não acredito. Olha isso, mano. Olha isso, velho. Olha isso, mano. Eu não consigo sair daqui, velho. Ai, meu Deus.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Ai, gente, como é que eu vou passar dessa... Meu Deus do céu, mano. O jogo dá desafio impossível, mano. Só pode, velho. Me explica, como é que eu vou passar disso aqui, mano? Não dá, velho. Não tem como uma coisa dessa, velho. Olha isso aqui, mano. Mano, vai se ferrar. Mano, o Alan não desvia dos ataques, velho. Olha isso. Ai, cara, não é possível, mano.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
É, não tem escolha, né? Filha da puta. Mano. Oh, às vezes eu acho que o jogo foi feito pra não ser zerado, né? Não é possível. Mano! Não, velho. Não, mano, não. Não, velho, não é possível. Olha isso, cara. Como é que o cara tá me acertando aqui, velho? Olha isso, mano. Olha isso, cara. Mano, como é que eu vou passar dessa parte, velho?
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead.
Não é possível,
Facing the enemy
mano.
without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Velho! Cara, não dá, mano. Mano, não dá. Não dá pra passar, velho. O cara, mano. Olha isso, velho. Não tem como passar, mano. Ah, tá. Ok. Tá bom. Ele me acertou aqui. Tá bom, viu, jogo? Ah, pelo amor de Deus, vai lá pra casa do... Olha.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Essa parte é pra passar somente com a lanterna, é isso mesmo que eu tô entendendo, né? Porque não tem outra forma de passar. Porque o jogo não me dá arma.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free. The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Os cara é chato mesmo, pelo amor de Deus, velho. Onde cara insistente do caramba, mano, dá licença, velho. Vai. Cara, não dava. É impossível, mano. Vou gastar todos os recursos antes de chegar no local que tem que ir. Esse cara não para de vir, mano. Não é possível, velho. Sabe o que é pior? É que o Alan não... Olha. Vem aqui agora, seus trouxas.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Saco, velho.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
Eu não vou investigar, eu tenho que investigar o negócio ainda. Eu ia embora. Caramba, que escuridão.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. Where the best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway.
Morreu.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
Ok. Tá de brincadeira, né? Tá bom. O bicho aí dá certo o golpe, velho.
Let me guess. Danny, huh? The front door was locked. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
Acho que tô perto do final desse capítulo.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Por ali, primeiro só pra mostrar uma. Aham. Sabia que eu vim aqui, ó. não. Volta pra dentro. Ah, é. Desistir de reclamar, não vale a pena. Minha saúde mental é mais importante.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
God damn!
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can start throwing fireworks! Help you out! Hey, ow! Notice this ammo and stuff around? What is this? Ow! Hold on! I'm trying to get the stage lights on! Century wiring! Hang on out! I'll get them working again, I promise!
Mano, os caras têm mira sniper. mira dos caras é sniper, velho. É possível. Caramba, troca essa arma logo!
Please, please, please!
Demora pra isso aqui acabar, hein?
Trying to kill us. That's the high point of my life?
Mano.
Really?
Children of the House of God! Try it! God damn it!
Caramba, não acaba mais logo.
Back in the game! Yes!
Acabou. Eu acho. Deu.
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm! See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Mano, a movimentação não ajuda, velho.
I'm always right about everything, and if I don't get my way, I'm sunk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious.
Mano, olha isso, aonde que ele tá subindo, cara?
I need my best friend Barry to carry me, but that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff! They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
sleep. We all spend a third
Oh,
of our
Night
dreams in its
Springs,
soft embrace,
man.
somewhere
Brings
between
back memories.
fantasy and
Hey,
oblivion.
remember when I got you that gig?
But
Your
dreams
first
have a way
real
of
writing
forcing
job. What
themselves
got you
into
started?
waking life,
Oh, is this one of
or
your
vice
episodes?
versa. In Night Springs.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back. The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape.
Oh, good going, Al!
Ah, legal. Ah, era só que me faltava.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to come to a
Oh, good going, Al! I think we can make it through here, Al!
Da onde que veio isso? Ah, mano, vai se ferrar, bicho. Eu ainda volto lá atrás. Olha. Eu vou ficar quieto, mano. Eu vou ficar quieto, meu. Eu vou ficar quieto, mano. Eu vou ficar quieto. Vai, desce aí, seu filho da puta. Anda, parece que eu sei que você tá aí, vagabundo.
They say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there. I don't know what that means. goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy.
I think we can make it through here, Al!
Ainda tá longe de acabar esse capítulo. Nossa, eu não aguento mais esse jogo hoje. Pelo amor de Deus.
Wow! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff. Be careful, Al!
É, fala pra tomar cuidado, mas você não faz nada a respeito, né, folgado?
Keep your eyes open, okay?
Manda ele fazer alguma coisa de útil, Alan, pelo amor de Deus.
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you? Deer Fest is closed. Bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more gate. This thing. Lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box. You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were on the booby hatch.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Meu Deus, ainda não tá acabando não.
Did you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course, we need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be. Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? And even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, you're like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Ainda não acabou o capítulo, velho. Oxi.
Alan!
coming! It's all right! I'm coming!
It was a crazy, drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right.
Wait.
I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobwebs she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I'd woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault and you're gonna pay for it.
Que filha da mãe, véi. Ai, ai. Acabou o capítulo. Aleluia.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault and you're gonna pay for it.
Episódio 5, The Clicker.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked...
Deixa eu ver.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror...
Ok. Bom, eu sei que falta 2 episódios pra gente terminar o jogo. Então, eu vou tentar fazer os 2 episódios na live de amanhã. Então é isso, gente. Obrigado aí, Tati, por ter aparecido na live. Manda um abraço pro Adrian, se você ainda estiver aí. E eu vou continuar na live de amanhã, porque a agenda de lives é segunda, quarta e sexta. Como eu não fiz live ontem, o vídeo que eu ia postar hoje eu postei ontem, aí eu tô fazendo live hoje, aí a gente faz uma live amanhã jogando o restante do Alan Wake. Talvez eu zere amanhã, não é certeza. Mas obrigado aí por todos que compareceram na live. Tamo junto. Amanhã nós estamos de volta com mais uma live para continuar o Alan Wake 1. Obrigado pela atenção, valeu e fui!